And I'll give you, in September 11th, two of the hijackers came to the Bahamas. They flew into Grand Bahama. And the immigration officials there denied them access because they did not have the right documentation. Year 2000, on the eve of the new millennium, there was a terrorist that crossed into the U.S. border from the north, and just through an ordinary search of his vehicle, a lone border guard found the back trunk loaded with explosives. And they wanted to blow up the LA airport. And just from these simple things and just a consciousness of a duty for freedom, that explosive was detected. Our people prevented at least participation in that September 11th event having some bearing on us here. If you begin to allow people to become more mindful of what they're all about, we don't have weapons and nuclear weapons and advanced technology, but we have a mindset and we have a mouth and a voice that can speak to things and cause it. We're effective in most of our arrests and so forth through people talking. And so with that mindset of being peaceful people, you find that we can prevent a lot of things from happening. And show you how critical it is why we need to do so. I'll get your question. This country was, U.S. borders had closed down for about four days when during the terrorist event. In our country, we were counting how much food and money we had left to survive. The whole world was in the chaotic mode. It shows you what a role we have to play to help really promote peace around the world by having a mindset and attitude toward it. Sorry.
Yes, it's very interesting. You talk about the Lucayans, they being a peaceful people. And even though they became extinct, we inherited that peaceful nature. So it's interesting for us to pay attention to that. We also became extinct. We don't inherit that.
Right.
So,
yes.
The naming of the sea, Lucayan Sea, is very important. Keep alive their heritage name because it now reflects us and it helps preserve us as a people in this land, because I think we threaten extinction even now. And in 2012, the Lord asked me to go and pray for the nation. And I went on the radio and prayed for the nation for 40 days.
Right.
40 consecutive days, 5 minutes each day. And one of the things he had me to pray about was the Lucayans and how they became extinct. Come against that spirit of extinction for our nation.
Right.
And so it's important for us to speak out, like you say. When I speak out in prayer.
Yes.
I pray over our waters and our borders because we can't get all those places.
Right.
When we pray, you'd be surprised to know what safety and protection is given to us as people. We are a Christian nation, constitutionally. And our founding fathers helped to make sure that was so. It was enshrined in the Constitution. We are a nation of God. And I think to keep our heritage alive, we really need to do more.
Right. So we need to be able to identify, come into knowledge of who we are as a people.
More questions? One more for you.
Good evening, Captain Bethel. Thank you very much for your comments. I like your Lucayan Sea concept. I'm ready to speak that. I am struggling to form the question.
Yes.
When I think of peace and disorder, what comes to my mind is struggles over resources, particularly natural resources. People who are struggling over water rights and access to arable land and so on. I guess I'm asking, as you develop your concept of the young Bahamian, I identifying, can you develop that idea that the sources of non-peace need to be recognized, understood, and a real stand for justice, for equity, for balance,
Right.
for fairness,
Yes.
for non-exploitation,
Yes.
to me, has to be part of the aggressive
Yes.
stance of the young
Right.
lady.
Right. It's an excellent point. And you see, it's about commodity that Columbus neglected. He went for the gold and the tangible stuff. Today, as we mentioned earlier, there is expanding chaos. The world needs a place to come and dialogue and iron out its differences. The Bahamas creates a natural setting for that. Based on what happened to us historically through the Lucayans, being the first to suffer genocide, we're perhaps the best place, and based on our personality, our industry, our setting, we're perhaps the best place where you can have conflict, global conflict resolution taking place at strategic levels, where the world comes to find a recourse in the Bahamas. And that's only one aspect. When you start to walk in who you are, you begin to solve a specific problem. The problem the world is faced with now is turmoil. The world wants peace, and the world needs a place to go to find it. So rather than just entertaining people with sun, sand, and sea, you can take it to a much bigger level where we design business and commerce around the concept of peace, or promoting peace as one aspect of the aspiration of humanity, and begin to master that. I mean, we're already doing it with our personality and our mannerisms and manners, which we are losing. Peace involves health, it involves environmental integrity, it involves caring for each other, it involves moral integrity. These are areas that can be built upon and unfolded as you reach out to the world. They come here to our shores, and you end up creating businesses and enterprise for the people of the Bahamas. So you created the new generation. The resource is the intellect. But we have not encouraged our young people to tap into it because we've not given them a vision or framework for it. The older generation creates the vision and the framework. This is who you are. You're an ambassador of peace, you know. So you start to shake people's way of thinking. What does it mean? They begin to study and explore. You can have research done, global research done here, because you're justified in doing it based on your history, your heritage, your geography. Maximize it and tap into it. Guess what? When the whole world gets in a conflict, sometimes people want to have a retreat. But if the whole world is in conflict, people don't know where to go. And the world has to do itself a favor to identify a place and say, you know, when we really get out of hands and we have to have conflict resolution, we need a place to go to, so let's not fight over there. You see, it's almost, it's not a good example, but I think it was Switzerland that Hitler needed a place for money to go to. You know, the world needed a place to send its money. So Switzerland was a part of that. All right? The world needs a place to address the issues of peace. And I'll just give you this about tapping into and tapping into your intellectual property. I'll give you a practical example. And it's really struck a chord. And this is what I had for Mrs. Major, because I don't like to see us with such a rich heritage struggling to finance it. You see? And so, what I have here, it's just a postcard. Bahama Islands, Lucayan Sea. Now I give her these, she sells them. She makes And see, the whole new world opens up to talk about. She's gonna need a whole new area
Yes.
to talk about the Bahamas heritage as it relates to the Lucayans. This is only spot in Turks and Caicos. We will end up creating a maritime federation with Turks and Caicos, uniting on terms of peace. Cruise ships will have a totally new thing to talk about and to tap into. They'd have to come ashore to see it. Monuments, everything goes up, but it goes up with a message. See, the generation that's coming at the helm now, they need a vision to tap into, but they need a vision with sense. And our vision too often has been related directly to status, to wealth, and to pleasure. And those are the things that destroy us, rather than going a notch higher and say, hey, let's aim for freedom and justice and peace. When you aim for freedom, when you aim for higher ground, you automatically get status, and you get the wealth, and you have the pleasure. But it's sustainable. And it is always for the common good, and not for the select few at the expense of the many. So we're now into the second 40-year period of Bahamian history. All the struggles and sacrifices Sir Orville and founding fathers and founding mothers have made can go up in smoke just like that. So you need a paradigm shift that takes us to the next level. And all of the clues for doing so are hid in plain sight because we are too busy as a people looking over our neighbor's fence to see what they got and want to do what they do. And so when you do that, you lose sense of your identity. And when you lose sense of your identity, you lose sense of your source of existence. And the world has no reason to come and look for you. I don't know if that triggered the I just want to close with this. You can be a history maker now. Just by saying, you see the water there? That's the Lucayan Sea, you know. It doesn't cost you a dime. Sometimes we look for the complicated things in life to make changes. When the simple things, think of the guy with the paper clip. He just took a piece of wire, wound it, pop, put papers together, and he's making millions. And this is the direction that the new generation has to go. Vision, sense, and simplicity.
Thank you very much, Captain Tellis. Let's hear it for him again. He has the vision for the Bahamas. Actually, Anthony Roberts, first Vice President, and I were in here in August. We were just here to plan out a strategy to go to Rotary and talk to them. And of course, the phone rang and Skipper said, does anybody know you here? I said, only my family. Nobody knows I'm here except my family. So we answered the phone. It happened to be Captain Tellis. We had just come in about 15 minutes before planning our strategy. And he said, well, can I come by? And I said, well, how long will you be? He said, I can be there in 15 minutes. I said, okay, we'll be here. He came. 2 hours later, we're still talking. Skipper and I never finished that meeting. But anyway, at that time, I was very impressed with what he had to offer, and I know that he had some great history and had done some great research. So we thank you very much for spending time with us tonight and enlightening us about your vision and on the history as well as the vision for what is to be happening in the future. Thank you very much. Okay, we're going to close now. But I'd just like to mention again a few things to you. The Bahamas Historical Society, we're open 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. weekdays. We're not open on the weekends just now unless we have a special group, but we are trying to find some volunteers to keep us open on a Saturday and a Sunday because we know that's the time the Bahamians can come. Most of them can't come from 10 to 4 unless it's in the summer, they're on vacation. So we're very aware of that. Were some of you cold tonight? Were some of you cold? I saw one or two people with their arms folded. And we're kind of happy about that because we just got the air conditioning fixed. So it's working. Thank you. Okay, just a few housekeeping matters and then we'll say goodnight. Again, next month, we're going to have a very fantastic historic event. We're going to have our 4 governors general present in a panel discussion. And we're going to put them up there because we're going to need all this space for seating. So remember the date, it's the 13th of November at 6:30 p.m. so that we can give more people time to get here on time. So we're going to start at 6:30 on the 13th of November. And we're doing it so early because some people are going away for Thanksgiving. So we're going to do it early. So please come. Make sure you've left your emails with us so that when we e-blast, we can include you. And we really thank you for your participation tonight. We have just a little bit of write-up about us. We're having some new flyers made, but you can take the homemade ones for now. And so you can take one on your way out. And we also have some membership forms if anyone is interested in becoming a member. We even have membership for children. Children membership start at $5. Another thing we're doing too to celebrate our 55th anniversary, which happened on the 5th of October, we're selling journals from 1980 to 2009, a bundle of them for $120, and that's a lot of history for a little bit of money. So if you'd like to buy a whole set, you can call the museum and let us know, and we'll put it together for you, and we'll collect your money. But anyway, we are run by donations, and so we have a donation box at the back if you wish to leave a donation for us. We're also helping the veterans with selling poppies. So we have the poppies tonight. So if you'd like to buy your poppy tonight, it's $1, and we'd like to ask for your help. So thank you very much. Have a safe journey home, and please continue to support us. As I say, we're looking for volunteers, and we're also looking for committees to do some of the work. We have great plans for this place. We just need more manpower and more money, but we know the money will come. So thank you very much for your attendance tonight. We appreciate you. Take care.